In this video, I'll show you how to use the Fresnel node in Blender, and I'll show you how to use the Fresnel node to make some really cool effects and materials. And if you'd like to download this demo file with these cool materials using the Fresnel node, then I will have a free download link in the description. So on my Patreon page, you can just download the attached zip file on the Patreon post, and on my Gumroad store, you can just punch in 0 on the price box and then download for free. Or if you'd like to help support this channel and send me a little tip, then you can throw a few dollars into the price box on Gumroad before purchasing. That's a great way to help support this channel. Now the Fresnel node will work the same in both the Cycles and Eevee rendering engines. I'll be using Eevee in this tutorial, but it'll work exactly the same in Cycles. So I have the 3D viewport right here and the shader editor right here. So I'll click on new to add a new material. So let's go to the add menu and I'm going to search for the Fresnel node. We'll drop it here, and to preview the Fresnel node, I can plug the Fresnel factor into the surface of the material output so that I can see what it's doing on the object. So what the Fresnel node does is it makes the material darker when you are looking straight on at the faces, but then when you're looking at the faces at more of an angle, it makes it more of a white color. So just to show you what this is doing, I have a plane here. So if I rotate this on the Z-axis, you can see if I'm looking at the plane straight on, it's really black, but then as I turn it more and more sideways, it's going to get lighter and lighter. And so you can see by adding it to this monkey head, the edges look more white, but then the center looks more black. And again, that's because we're looking at the actual faces on the front, but then over here we're looking at the faces on the side. So let's now use this Fresnel node to make a really cool stylized kind of metallic car painty kind of material. So I'll just click on new to add a new material. So on the base color here, I'm going to make this kind of like a lightish bluish color, and then I'll turn this metallic value to 1 so it looks like metal. And then I'll turn this roughness down to like a 0.42 so it's a little bit more reflective. And then to make it look a bit more like car paint, I can open up this coat here and I can turn up the coat weight. So this is going to add a clear coat. So it's basically going to add another layer on top, which is going to be more shiny. And then I can change the clear coat roughness if I want to. And I'll turn this roughness value to like a 0.1. So we have a pretty cool material. Now real quick, if you do want to get that bloom effect in the viewport, what you need to do is click over here to go to the compositing workspace, and you need to click on use nodes. And then what you need to do is go to the add menu and you need to search for the glare node. And then on the glare node settings, you need to change the type to bloom, and then make sure you control shift and select the glare node to add the viewer node. And you need to plug the viewer and the composite both up to the glare. So I can go back over here to the shading workspace, and of course make sure you're in the rendered viewport mode. And then to preview the bloom here in the viewport, you need to scroll over here and click on the drop down arrow in the rendered view and make sure the compositor type is turned to always, and that's how you can see the bloom. So now I'm going to duplicate this material, so I'll press Shift D to duplicate this principled shader. Let's Control Shift and select it to preview it, and I'm going to make this color kind of like a purpley pinkish color instead. So now we can use the Fresnel node to make a really cool effect. So I'll go to the add menu and I can search for the Fresnel node. Let's drop the Fresnel here. And again, I'll plug the factor up to the surface just so you can see what it's doing. Now the Fresnel does have an IOR value, and this is just going to make it kind of brighter or darker. So if I turn this up, you can see it's really white, or if I turn it down, it's going to be very sharp and you can only see the Fresnel on the edges. So I'll just leave it at the default of 1.5 for now. So what I can do is I can go to the add menu and I can search for a mix shader. So we can plug this top blue one to the top shader, and then this one here can go into the bottom one, and then let's Control Shift and select the mix shader to preview it. So now this factor is evenly just blending between using one of them or the other one. But where the Fresnel node comes in is we can put the Fresnel into the factor so that the edges will be one material, but then the center will be another material. So the Fresnel factor can go into the factor here, the mix shader, and then we can drag this IOR value around just to change that. Now it's a little bit hard to see right now. It doesn't look like it's really doing that much. If I turn it way down, now it's purple, or if I turn it up, it's kind of more that blue color. So we can make it more contrasty by going to the add menu, and we can search for a color ramp and put it here after the Fresnel node. So now we can make it more contrasty. So I'm actually going to flip these values. So I'll put the white tab over here, and then the black tab I'll kind of put over here. And then let me just use the default IOR value of 1.5. So if you Control Shift and select the color ramp, you can see what the color ramp is doing. So without using the color ramp, you can see it's very kind of gray, but then by dragging the tabs closer and closer together, it's going to make it really contrasty. So if I Control Shift and select the mix shader here, now we have this really cool effect where there's this bluish color on on the edges, but then it's more purple on the inside. You could also play around with these colors, so maybe I'll make this like a red color instead, and the purple one I could make it like a blue color. That is pretty cool as well. So now let's make another cool material, which is going to have like some glowing edges. So what I'm going to do is delete this material. I'm just going to add another monkey head. Let's click on new here to add a new material. And for this one, I'm going to make the base color fully black. But then if I go here to the emission, I'm going to turn the emission strength up. We'll just start by turning it up to a 1. And the color here, I'll just make this kind of like a yellow color. So now this is emitting light. Now the problem is that it's emitting light all over the place, but I just want it to be emitting light on the edges to get a cool glowing effect. So again, we will add a Fresnel node here in the shader editor, and the factor can go into the strength. So by putting the Fresnel into the strength here, it's making the emission be brighter on the edges, but then when we're looking straight at the faces, it's going to be black. Now you can change the IOR value, so I might just turn it down a little bit so it's a little bit more contrasty, but I want to make this a bit brighter. So what I can do is go to the add menu and I can search for a color ramp. We'll first add a color ramp. We can use the color ramp to make it more contrasty. So I might drag this over here and drag the white tab over, something like that. You can also use this IOR value if you want to make it more contrasty, but I kind of like using a color ramp. It kind of gives more control. So I'll just be using that color ramp. Now you can see it's still not that bright. So to fix this here on this glow material, I can go to the add menu and I can add the math node. We'll put the math node here after the color ramp. So then on the type here, instead of add, we're going to change it to multiply instead. So now if I turn up this value, it's going to multiply the values and it's going to make it brighter and brighter. So if I turn this up really big, maybe to like a 20, now it's super bright and you can see it's glowing on the edges, or maybe even just like a 10, something like that. And then I can of course drag this around here to make it more contrasty or less contrasty. And then of course I can change the color. So maybe make it like a glowing red color. So now we have a really cool stylized glowing material. You could also turn up the metallic value to make it more metal and maybe turn the roughness down. Maybe also turn up this brightness a little bit. So now this looks like a super hot metal. Maybe they like, heated up the metal so the metal is kind of glowing, or you can just use this to make a really cool glowing shader. Another thing you could do if you just want to be able to see the outline is let's turn off the metallic and also the base color. Let's turn this down. So what you can do to get rid of that roughness here is you can first turn the roughness up to 1, but then you can open up the specular and you can turn the specular down to 0. So by turning the specular down, it's basically not going to have any reflections at all. So now it's super black except for the emission, and the emission is going to be super bright. And I could also change the color, so I could make it like a bright blue color, or maybe like a pinkish color, or maybe like an aqua green. Now another really cool thing you could do with the Fresnel node is you could use it when you're creating a glass shader. So this is actually a separate tutorial that I've created on how to create a realistic glass shader for Blender Eevee. If you want to check out that video, I'll have a link in the description. But what I've done to create the glass shader is I added a transparent so that the glass is actually transparent. And then I also added this principled shader here, and I turned up the transmission weight and turned down the roughness so it kind of looks like glass. But I didn't just want to add the glass because it kind of just looks like too shiny and reflective and you can't really see through the glass very well. So that's why I mixed it with a transparent. So I added the mix shader to mix between the glass shader here and the transparent so it looks more realistic and you can actually see through the glass. But what I wanted is I wanted the center to be more transparent, and then kind of on the sides of the glass I wanted it to be a bit more glossy and reflective. So that is why I added the Fresnel node and I put that through a color ramp and put it through the mix shader. So this way the center of the glass you can kind of see through it better, but then the edges are a bit more reflective and glossy. So that is how you use the Fresnel node in Blender. It's a very cool node for creating cool stylized shading, but you can even use it to create some more realistic results. And again, you can download the free demo files if you'd like to on my Gumroad store and Patreon page. The links are in the description. So I hope you found this helpful, and thank you for watching.